You've definitely seen all of these places on the screen during at least one holiday season, but would you recognize them in real life? Let's start with some easy ones for a warm-up. The Rockefeller Center Christmas tree has enough lights for a small country, and it has starred in more than one movie. So in this one, there's an adventurous young man separated from his family. I guess you got me at separated. It's Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. This movie is packed with real-life locks in the Big Apple. Queensboro Bridge, Plaza Hotel, Radio City Music Hall, the Empire Diner, the Woolman Rink, and the Bethesda Fountain in Central Park are all real. Don't look for Duncan's toy chest in the city, though. The facade used in the movie is actually the Rookery Building in Chicago. Kevin's uncle's house has a New York address in the movie, but in reality is a building in Universal Studios in Los Angeles. Alright, let's move on to our second location. Here's a hint for you. This building is an upscale department store in London. I hope you guessed, it's Selfridges. And this is where one of the most famous scenes from Love Actually takes place, where Mr. Bean carefully wraps Alan Rickman's purchase at the jewelry counter. They say the founder of Selfridges coined the phrase, "the customer is always right." So I guess he wouldn't have liked Mr. Bean's work. While we're in this part of the world, how about a brief visit to Durham Cathedral? Does it look familiar to you? Anyone who has used the holiday season as an excuse to watch Harry Potter again will recognize this building. In the first movie, it played the part of Hogwarts on multiple occasions. Here, Harry releases his owl Hedwig, and Hagrid talks to the famous trio. In the second part, it's the place where Professor McGonagall teaches students to change animals into water goblets. How about this location? I know it's impossible to trick you. It's Harry Potter again. Alnwick Castle in Northumberland in northern England is the place where Harry and others learn to fly broomsticks for the first time. You can visit this place as it often has events and has some cool exhibits related to the saga. This house looks too good to be real, but it is. Do you remember seeing it in any holiday classic? It's Ralphie's house from A Christmas Story. You can visit it any time of the year in Cleveland, Ohio, and even stay overnight. There's also a museum across the street with costumes and memorabilia from the movie and rare behind-the-scenes photos. Moving on, does this location ring a bell? If you've seen it once, you'll never forget it. It's a Wonderful Life is one of the holiday classics. It was set in a fictional town in upstate New York and filmed in a movie studio in sunny Los Angeles. But a town called Seneca Falls claims to be the real-life prototype of Bedford Falls. It has a similar location, houses, downtown, and of course, the iconic bridge where it all begins. The director had a family in the area, so they say he stopped here for a haircut while working on the movie. If you're craving some holiday magic, you can visit It's a Wonderful Life Museum in the former movie theater. Let's make things a little bit harder, shall we? Do you recognize this beautiful house? Well, it doesn't scream winter because it's a luxurious mansion in Southern California that became famous after The Holiday. The villa where Cameron Diaz's character lives was designed by a famous architect, Wallace Neff, as his own house in the late 1920s. It was built in the Mediterranean style and has a lot of beautiful details. But you don't see them in the movie because the interiors were on a separate soundstage. Several years ago, the mansion was on the market for around $12 million. This village looks like it comes straight from a fairy tale, but it's real, and you will easily remember it if you've seen this holiday classic. Did you get my hint? The Holiday Classic. Yep, it's the village where the second main character of the beautiful love story lives. You won't find Iris's house here because even the exterior was built for the movie. But the village itself is probably the most photographed place in Surrey, England, and it's called Shere. It has some small shops, a tea house, a museum, an art gallery, 2 pubs, an old church, and the cutest old footbridge across the stream running through the center of the village. They had to cover the whole place in artificial snow to make it look like an idyllic December. Okay, I know you know what this building is. But what famous scene from which holiday movie was filmed inside its elevator? Yep, I think I gave it away when I said elevator. It's Elf, of course. The ever-awesome story of a human who was raised amongst elves at the North Pole, but eventually found his way to New York. I have to disappoint you though. There aren't really that many buttons inside the cabin, and they don't look like a Christmas tree. This landscape looks nothing like December, but the movie in question features some awkward family lunches and ugly sweaters, so trust me, it belongs here. Are you ready for the big reveal? It's Bridget Jones's diary. Stoke Park is where the bad guy, Daniel Cleaver, took Bridget for a weekend. The estate has more than 900 years of history, and it also starred in 2 James Bond movies. Wow, I wish I could teleport to this location right now. But whom would I meet there? Well, this is Bohemian Switzerland in Czechia, and you'd meet Lucy, Edmund, Susan, and Peter there. All the famous characters of the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. They filmed the summer scenes in New Zealand, and this place played the role of the Winter Wonderland. Shopping for gifts can be a tiring experience, especially when you do it at the huge Mall of America. Can you remember the characters in which movie chose this place for their last-minute holiday shopping? Jingle All the Way shows us the commercial side of the holiday season. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad are 2 fathers who have one mission: to get a Turbo Man action figure for their offspring. The largest mall in the Western Hemisphere seems like the best place for that purchase. And while we're on the topic of malls, can something be more about holiday shopping than the giant Macy's flagship in New York? The characters of this movie know it well. I'm sure you had no problem guessing it was the good old classic Miracle on 34th Street. You can still ride the original wooden escalators and meet Santa on the 8th floor. They say Macy's didn't want anything to do with the remake of the movie, so the C.F. Kohl's department store from the newer version is the facade of the State of Illinois building in Chicago. Now let's see how well you know the more recent Christmas movies. This beautiful garden appears in one heartbreaking festive season story. Can you name it? The Phoenix Garden is a community garden in Covent Garden, London, and this is where Kate from Last Christmas realizes the scary truth about the guy she's in love with. Wow, that is one festive place. Do you remember it from any movie? It's the Princess Switch, where the Duchess of Montenaro switches places with an ordinary woman from Chicago. Montenaro is not a real place, but its royal palace is. It's Hopeton House near Edinburgh, and it's been home to the Hope family since the late 17th century. It should reopen for visitors in the spring of 2024 after a reconstruction, in case you want to stop by. How many locations did you get right? Let me know in the comments below. Avatar changed our cinematic experience forever. You think you're the biggest Avatar fan in the world, so let's check that out. Grab a pen and a piece of paper and count your correct answers. We'll start out easy. How did Jake Sully end up in the Pandora program? A. He applied and finally got called. B. He met some guys on the street that thought he had what it took to survive on the planet. Or C. He replaced his twin brother, Thomas Sully. It's the letter C, duh. You know what they say. When one door closes, another one opens. Jake got a new lease on life, even though he had no idea about that when he said yes. Pandora is located in a galaxy far, far away from Earth. How long did it take for Earthlings to arrive at the other blue planet? A. 11 years, 2 months, and 55 days. B. 7 months and 26 days. C. 5 years, 9 months, and 22 days. If you chose the letter C, then you chose correctly. Jake and a team of scientists and other Marines slept for almost 6 years in cryogenic technology, which is when they freeze people so that they don't age and don't even feel like they're sleeping at all. Ah, the world of Pandora, the host planet of the species of humanoid life that are called A. the Wavi, B, the Pevi, or C, the Navi? It's the Navi, of course, and they are divided into several different tribes. The tribe we get to know more about in the movie is called the Omaticaya tribe. Early on in the movie, we see Jake try out his avatar. He steps out into the Pandoran wilderness with Dr. Grace Augustine and Norm to try and look for some samples. Right there, Jake is surprised by a scary specimen of Pandora wildlife. What's the name of the animal that runs after him? Viper wolf, Thanator, mountain banshee. Did you say Thanator? Then you got it right. This carnivorous animal is believed to be the apex predator of Pandora. In Navi, its name means dry mouth bringer of fear. Yikes! Poor Jake. Later in the movie, we're introduced to Pandora's floating mountains. These mountains are also known as the Sightseeing Mountains, the Hallelujah Mountains, the Sacred Mountains. You bet the correct answer is the letter B. The Hallelujah Mountains sure are a sight. We're told that they float due to the high amount of unobtainium buried in the solid of Pandora. And if you remember the plot, you'll know that this mineral is the entire reason why humans went to Pandora in the first place. This one proves you are really paying attention. How many times did Neytiri save Jake Sully from the dangers of Pandora? Once. Twice. 3 times. 4 times. Fourth time's a charm. You know, in classic fairy tales, it's usually the guy that saves the girl. But not in Pandora. Neytiri is powerful and skillful, and she knew her way around the forest better than Jake. He did come through, though. Which of these is not a Navi word? Omaticaya, Ewa, Ikran, Primrose. What on earth is Primrose? It surely doesn't belong in this fictional universe. According to the story, Neytiri told Jake only those who can fly a certain predator have the power to unite all the tribes of Pandora. What is the name of this predator? Torak, Torub, Able Rider. It's the first option. Torak, which translates to the last shadow, is considered one of the most powerful animals for the Navi. A fighter that can fly this animal is recognized as Torak Makto. I bet you probably got all these questions right, didn't you? They were too easy. Let's up the level. James Cameron, the writer and director of Avatar, had to shelve the movie for a long time because no studio would fund it when he first pitched the idea. Which year did Cameron first pitch the movie? 1989, 1999, 2005. James Cameron had the idea for Avatar in 1999, but the CGI effects he wanted for the movie would sum up a budget of $400 million, and no studio wanted to fund it. He finally got accepted a few years later, and even so, the movie took 4 years to make, from pre to post-production. Pandora wildlife is full of bioluminescent fauna and flora that make you feel like on the inside of a dream. There's one place in the world where you can get a similar feeling. Which country is it located in? Ecuador, Namibia, New Zealand. It's in New Zealand, of course. New Zealand is home to caves that host glowworms. They are a bioluminescent species that sparkle with a blue color. If you're lucky to get a tour down there, you'll feel like you're wandering around the damp forests of Pandora. Before filming, James Cameron took his cast to a place where they could experience a real-life tropical forest. Where did they travel to? Hawaii, Bora Bora, the Amazon forest. The director took Avatar actors on a trip to Hawaii. As there would be no real-life forest during the production of the movie, he wanted actors to feel and remember the sensations of being in a live forest. They would spend the day hiking and learning how to interact with the dense nature. Let's head to the true or false section of this quiz. The Na'vi language is a real language that exists in New Zealand. Is this true or false? This is completely false. The Na'vi language was created exclusively for the movie Avatar. James Cameron hired linguist Paul Frommer to construct a language that would be easy for actors to pronounce, but would not resemble any human language. Frommer created about 1,000 words for the cast to speak. James Cameron is a deep-sea aficionado. He dived over 10 times to the bottom of the ocean where the Titanic wreck is located. True or false? This is true. Cameron has said in several interviews that he's addicted to the bottom of the sea and that he accepted to direct Titanic in order to afford more submersible visits to the bottom of the ocean. James Cameron chose a plant-based menu for everyone at the set of Avatar 1. True or false? This is true. The filmmaker is a vegan, and he made sure that all the food on set was vegan too. Yummy! The image of the avatars was based on a dream that the director had when he was younger. True or false? False! It was actually based on a dream that his mother had of a 12-foot-tall, blue woman. Cameron used this as an idea to build the Avatar characters. The first Avatar movie reached a box office success of $1 billion. Is this true or false? This is so true. Avatar 1 was such a commercial success that it's kind of shocking. Not even James Cameron suspected the public would react so well. It ran for over 230 days in cinemas, and it generated over $2 billion from international markets during its initial theatrical run. For the final round, let's get down to the basics of Avatar 2, The Way of the Water. I promise there'll be no spoilers. Kate Winslet is reunited with director James Cameron after their big success, Titanic. During the filming of Avatar, the actress found herself having to act underwater for most of the movie. And she broke Tom Cruise's record for holding her breath underwater for filming the complex takes she needed to film. Can you guess how long she held her breath for? 5 minutes? 7 minutes? 8 minutes? The actress held her breath for 7 minutes while filming Avatar 2. She says a person needed to have a lot of control over their mind in order to stay that long underwater. Phew! Can you imagine? So, how did you do? Are you a native Pandorian yet? Well, see you next time!
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.